Here are the top 10 strongest currencies in the world, based on their relative value against the US dollar. Exchange rates are sourced from our currency converter based on data from Open Exchange as of July 8, 2023. Now, let's take a look at the strongest currencies in the world. Number 10. Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar is Canada's official currency. It is the world's 6th most traded currency, which is also included in the list of the strongest currencies globally. One Canadian dollar has a value of 0.75 US dollar. Because of the country's massive global oil reserves and second largest uranium supply, Canada's natural resources are ranked third in the world. The Canadian dollar is particularly vulnerable to fluctuations in the value of the US dollar, because it accounts for the great majority of trade in the country. Number 9. US dollar. US dollar is the official currency of the United States of America. It is the world's most traded currency as well as one of the largest reserve currencies. It is the world's most extensively used currency and is considered a benchmark in the international market when it comes to currency exchange rate and conversion rate. US dollar is also used as a legal tender in a number of countries outside of the United States, and many others use it as an unofficial currency alongside their own. The United States dollar has long been seen as a cornerstone of the global economy and a world reserve currency for international trade and finance, making it a safe investment no matter what is happening in the world. Number 8. Swiss franc. Swiss franc takes the 8th position among the highest currencies worldwide, and it is Switzerland's official currency. 1 Swiss franc buying 1.05 US dollars. The Swiss franc is heavily backed by large reserve of gold, bonds and financial assets, which help the Swiss National Bank ensure the currency's stability during times of volatility. It was introduced in 1850 and was later briefly pegged to the euro before moving to a free float. Number 7. Euro. The euro is the 7th strongest currency in the world, with 1 euro buying 1.08 US dollars. Euro is the official currency of the Eurozone, being 19 out of the 27 countries that form part of the European Union. European euro is the second most traded currency in the world, which is also considered to be among the most stable currencies. Because the European euro is the de facto official currency of 19 countries, its value is determined by the political, social, and economic status of all of these countries. This includes the status of the stock market, the chaos of projections and analyses, as well as the measures taken by the European Central Bank. Number 6. Cayman Islands dollar. 1 Cayman Islands dollar buying 1.20 US dollars or 1 US dollar equals 0.83 Cayman Islands dollars. The Cayman Islands is a British territory in the Caribbean and is an offshore financial center. Cayman Islands has a highly developed and prosperous economy, with a strong focus on tourism and financial services, particularly offshore banking and investment. The country's reputation as a tax haven has attracted significant foreign investment, leading to a high standard of living for its residents. The Cayman Islands dollar has a fixed exchange rate, which means its value is pegged to another currency, in this case, the US dollar. Number 5. British pound. 1 British pound has a value of 1.28 US dollars. British pound is the 5th strongest currency worldwide and one of the most traded currencies as well. For decades, the Bank of England has kept pace with global currency trends, keeping the pound more valuable than the US dollar. While the Bank of England is the most important factor in deciding the value of the British pound, inflation and growth of the economy play their own part. Forex market sentiment is another feature you should consider. As the UK is one of the leading and stable economies, global political and economic events affect the value of the British pound. Number 4. Jordanian Dinar. It is the 4th strongest currency in the world, with 1 Jordanian dinar buying 1.41 US dollars. Jordan is largely landlocked country in the Middle East. It is less dependent on oil and gas exports than its neighbors and has struggled with sluggish economic growth and rising debt. The Jordanian dinar is strong because it is set at a fixed exchange rate and is pegged to the US dollar, rather than depending on the Jordanian economy. Number 3. Omani Real. One Omani Real has a buying value of $2.6. Oman sits between the United Arab Emirates and Yemen at the tip of the Arabian Peninsula. As with its other wealthy neighbors, Oman is a major exporter of oil and gas. The Omani Real has maintained its value against the dollar due to Oman's traditionally rigorous monetary policy and financial restrictions. To protect the country from the unfortunate but frequent Middle Eastern wars and turbulence, Omani politicians have traditionally regulated the money supply. The country's official currency rate has risen as a result, and Oman's lending restrictions tend to favor offshore enterprises and forex trading initiatives with a high-risk appetite. Number 2. Bahraini Dinar. The Bahraini Dinar is the second strongest currency in the world, with one Bahraini Dinar buying $2.65. Bahrain is an island nation in the Persian Gulf off the coast of Saudi Arabia. It is one of the former British colonies. This country earns much of its wealth from oil and gas exports. Upon being pegged to the US dollar, the Bahraini Dinar had a somewhat better face value than the Omani Real. Despite the detrimental effects of low oil prices on Bahrain's economy, the Bahraini Dinar's yearly average has been relatively stable since 2011. Bahrain's inflation rate was also stable and low. As a result, the Bahraini Dinar has the second strongest currency value in 2023. Number 1. Kuwaiti Dinar. The Kuwaiti Dinar is the strongest currency in the world in 2023 with the highest monetary value. One Kuwaiti Dinar has a value of $3.26. Kuwait is one of the richest countries situated between Saudi Arabia and Iraq, earning much of its wealth from being a leading global exporter of oil. Since the economy of Kuwait is based entirely on the country's huge oil and gas reserves and oil exports, the slump in global crude oil prices causes a deficit in Kuwait's economy. A rise in demand pushes prices up and supports the domestic official currency. Conversely, the decline in demand and increased supply pull the oil prices down and negatively affect the value of Kuwait Dinar. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.